So we had a really close fight in the Persistent Universe a couple days ago that I kind of want to walk through and talk through. We got jumped on by a Buccaneer with full ballistics and a Saber pilot at the same time after I had engaged in a few jousting runs, which brought my Harbinger down to about red structure. It's myself piloting with my dad in the turret seat, and I kind of just want to go through some things that we did right and some things that maybe we need to work on, but mostly some things we did right here. As you'll see the results of this fight, it's definitely a great learning experience for both sides. So here we go back into engaging the Buccaneer into our slowly rolled corkscrew, looking at the direction, and I keep my gunner always in line with my target here. I'm actually intentionally broadsiding the Buccaneer here as I slowly move into position here with the pre-nose, getting my distance on him as best I can so that my gunner can apply as much damage as he possibly can. The Buccaneer realizes, I'm not in a great spot right now. That Vanguard is starting to get onto me, so I gotta get some distance. And that right there is a good call and the right call in that situation, considering the Buccaneer doesn't have very great maneuvering, and against the guns of a Vanguard, it's not gonna do too well. So if you would have turned, it would have been bad news for him. But he gets greedy here, and he does turn back in, and he fucks up his energy state, and he gets a full face of laser repeaters, and it's over for him. Now it's down to a 1v1 against the Saber from his wingman, who again was struggling with his energy state at too high of a speed. There is a Connie that does engage us here, and again, like we talked about before on the channel, engaging large targets with slow-moving weapons, the best thing you can do is just kind of stay far away, do a nice tight corkscrew, apply damage as best you can, and if he's got gunners, again, same process, because even if he's got gunners, he'll still miss. I can make a tighter corkscrew and make more calculated movements with the Vanguard at longer range than the Constellation can do to me, which means I can apply more damage from distance, but it just takes me longer to kill him. He might hit me with some occasional strafing shots depending on how close and tight I make the maneuver, but I noticed here something's not right. I'm getting damage and it's not from him, so there's got to be somebody else engaging me here, and my shields are too low and my structure's too red for me to risk just taking a trade with a Constellation. So what I do is I get my distance, I look behind me, and what do I see? I see the Saber, the wingman for the Buccaneer that just got toasted. So we're not in a great position here. We've got lots of built-up energy, but luckily for us, it's energy in the right direction. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pre-nose over. I'm going to position myself broadside so that my turret gunner has an opportunity to get some damage on him while I move myself into position. Use my bottom thrusters to pull through, rotate myself into the direction where I think he's going to go, and I notice that he's already trying to work around me. So what I do, push my upstrafe hard, push my circle nice and close. I go into what's called the bubble, which I've made a video on before. I'm getting a lower speed. I'm trying to slow him down, get him into that turn fight, get him into the position that I want, and there we have it. This is a great spot for me to be in now, so now I kind of want to stay here. I don't want to extend this, and I don't want to get any closer because my turn rate might suffer, and I'm in the best position I can be in. My turret gunner picks them up. I do a small calculation. I tell my turret gunner 12 o'clock. Boom, we apply the damage. The circle was nice and tight. Second tango down. Now we still have the Constellation at range, but we also pick up another target coming in, which would be a Vanguard Sentinel, which also joined the fight after I toasted the Buccaneer and the Saber. Now this could be a very risky fight depending on who is engaging me here, or if he's got a turret gunner, but I noticed right away he's got some distortions, his velocity is relatively low, he's in a Sentinel, so I do some S-pattern turns to kind of shake off any damage as I approach getting into the bubble, and I want to sit around 800 meters or maybe a bit less, but I don't want to get too close. Now obviously in this turn here we're going to pass close, but we're going to eventually get ourselves back into position here. I use my turret gunner to get on position. We start pulling him into the bubble. We pre-nose over a little bit here. I'm hard upstrafe and boost as I get in position. Now once my velocity indicator matches the level that he's at, I want to hold it there, and I want to only push it up when I'm pre-nosing over, which I'm doing now. And I broadside, so my turret gunner is applying damage the whole time, which stops his shield recharge, so that the opportunity I get right here to apply damage with my main guns on the pilot is maximized as best I can. You must always be aware, if you have a turret gunner, it's something for you to use as the pilot. You must fly in a way that allows your turret gunner an arc of fire Otherwise, it's just simply wasted time. So he's slowly moved himself away. We've done quite a bit of damage to him. He's red structure. I'm going to predict where he's going to go. I look at his energy state. I broadside again for the third time. I rotate, push hard on my bottom thrusters as I bring my velocity indicator in line. Now I start to throttle down, get my circle nice and tight, slowly inch my way forward, slowly apply my damage while my turret gunner is also keeping his shields down. Eventually there's the kill, splash, there's the third kill, and we turn around and we see an NPC Aurora. Constellation decided, you know what, it's better not to take on this Vanguard with no gunners. He made the right call, he disengaged. But this goes to show, guys, how important it is to stay together, use your turret gunner to the best of your ability, position yourself as best you can, and pre-nose and pre-nose and pre-nose your way into position. If you have a large, lumbering fighter like the Vanguard, you don't need to worry too much about shaking off fire. You can take a hit. It's better for you to get in position and just deal out a tremendous amount of damage on your target at the right time than it is to worry too much about avoiding fire. You're built like a tank, so treat it like a tank. Alright guys, this was a great fight. I hope you learned something, but mostly I hope you were entertained. I hope to see all of you out for stream. I was Avenger1, and I'll see you next time.